Ugly, isn't it? Yet it's a unique building, a symbol of Welsh industrial history. It stands in the town of Buckley in Flintshire and is called simply the Smelt, and goes back to the days when Buckley was a flourishing centre of industry. It was built in 1790 for the smelting of lead ores from nearby mines, and is unique because it is the only one of its kind left standing in Great Britain. But like most old things, its usefulness has long since disappeared, and today it stands in the way of 20th century industry. This foundry wants to expand, and the smelt stands in the way of its expansion. And this means it also stands in the way of further employment in the area. Well, just how important is the smelt as a historical building? I put this question to Mr. Merlin Bevan Evans, who is the County Archivist for Flintshire and also the author of a book on early lead smelting.
Well, ugly as it is, we're beginning to understand the significance of these things at last. The Industrial Revolution was one that shook the pattern of human life throughout the whole world, and relics are becoming rarer and rarer, and in a year or two there just won't be any left at all.
Now, apart from the shell, is there anything else about it that's unique?
Well, inside, the curious old jib crane remains from the 19th century use of the building as a foundry for castings used in the local collieries and brickworks. Of course, the smelt itself recalls John Wilkinson, who's a pioneer amongst early industrialists, and the lead smelting of the days of the Great War against Napoleon, when lead was terrifically important.
Now, it has been scheduled as an ancient monument. What are the views of the Flintshire Historical Society about the matter?
Well, the Flintshire Historical Society are desperately anxious to preserve what they can from the period of the early Industrial Revolution. And of course we're bound to realise the difficulties that arise in each individual case. We're losing these things and soon we'll have nothing at all. It's difficult to do anything in a particular case.
Does it need much money spending on it to preserve it?
I'm afraid there's no one to provide the money we should probably need by the time we do. If we were to fence it properly and repair it properly, you'd get into the £2,000 or £3,000 class, and it's just difficult to settle where that money is to come from, of course.
But what about the foundry itself? It employs 35 people at the moment, and if the old smelt was knocked down, it could mean that double this number would be employed. The managing director of the foundry is Mr. Tom Goodwin. Mr. Goodwin, you are anxious to expand your foundry and so create more employment. I take it there is no other way to do this except by demolishing the smelt.
Not really. The amount of ground left is hardly sufficient to warrant much expansion.
Now, apart from this reason, is there any other reason why you think the smelt should come down?
Well, yes, there are several reasons. The smelt is in a dangerous condition, and with children getting more numerous around it, it's becoming an increasing danger to those children as they play around it. And quite apart from that, it isn't by any means a picture of beauty. It is in fact an eyesore or an oddity.